What's up, y'all? I hope everybody had a good one and all in all. I'm just gonna do a quick little parts video on the stuff I be using when I do my wiring in my cars. So they're, I'm just letting you know I'm not wiring nothing into like the fuse box that's built into the car already, or no janky type of wiring or nothing like this. Everything has a fuse, and I'm gonna show y'all what I use to wire up all the lighting inside of the cars that I do and inside of my personal cars too. So I don't have no electrical issues going on with the computer or any and nothing like that. So I'm gonna show y'all what I got going on. I'm gonna show you what I use and everything like that. So you can order these, you can get these, you can do it yourself. And a lot of them they simple, and I'll show you. Hold on a minute. So first thing you do is you hop on, what was that, eBay, Amazon, one of them I got it off of, I think it's eBay. Get yourself one of these. This is a whole new fuse box. This is what I got in the Buick. This is not the same one I have in the Buick. The one I have in the Buick has, I'm quite sure this is the same way too, but it's not labeled, so I never used it. But this is just to let you know this is the type of fuse box that I use. The other one in the Buick is pretty much almost like the same thing. But the one in the Buick has a positive side and a negative side. So that is the fuse box that I use to run all my lighting inside of my Buick, inside of the cars, especially when you're running as much as lighting as I am. This is the fuse box. If I can recall, let me see, the whole center console is ran off of this one and this one. And then all the other lighting that's on the center console has a fuse. Everything has a fuse. And then the on and off switch, the 5-gain switch that I use, it has a fuse. And then not to mention I have another set of fuses as a backup. So if any lighting go out, that's fine. All I got to do is move the center console. All my fuses is right there. Find a fuse, change it, put it back in. Everything is good to go. My fuse box that's built in the car that comes factory is not bothered. My LEDs, Amazon, eBay. I don't buy the ones from Walmart because the backing on them, when they get hot, the backing on them, they will catch on fire. I learned that the hard way, so I usually get them, they look like this, and these are the ones I use. You guys seen the ones I showed in the other video not too long ago, but these are the ones I use. They usually look like this. And I don't even know which color these. I think I ordered some blue ones and some purple ones so I can get back on the center console. I got to get the cup holders ordered too. But that, definitely get your heat shrink. Heat shrink. I use a lot of heat shrink. When I run my LEDs, I use the same 24 gauge. I use the same gauge wire. So there's no issues with them. So the wire is small on the LEDs. So is this. Heat shrink. For your grounds, I usually got, let me see, per three or four lights. There's 2 grounds. Everything heat shrinked. No issues. No electrical tape. If I butt connect together, it's also heat shrinked over. Get you some crimpers. Don't be using no vice grips. I use vice grips for a long time, and I'm gonna keep it all the way solid with you. Sometimes I still do because there ain't nothing like that first grip. You know what I'm saying? But I got me some crimpers. Make sure you're using your right side screws. If you're drilling anywhere in your vehicle, okay? If you're drilling anywhere in your vehicle, screws, small screws, long screws, medium-sized screws, if you're screwing anywhere in your vehicle, man, please check and make sure you ain't running through no fuel lines, no electrical, nothing like that. When when I did the interior in the Buick, I pulled everything out, floor carpet, everything came out, door panels, everything came out. I've had the car for so long, I know where everything is running at, pretty much running at underneath the car. Nothing's ever been moved. We pulled the rear end out once, but everything went back the same way. I'm not drilling through nothing there. Like I said, I there's a floor in there. So if I'm drilling anything, I'm drilling into wood. I'm not drilling into the metal in the car. Um, I take that back. When I first got the car, I had beat in there, no hydro. So yeah, I bolted the floor. That was before I got into the wood, all into the wood fabrication stuff. But I bolted the amps directly to the floor of the car. But now that I'm doing the wood thing, I got everything is. So if I'm putting amps back there, if I was going to do the amp thing, if I got amps back there, it's bolted to the wood. The amp is fitted in. It's not bolted down. Um, it's fitted in there so tight it won't move. The wagon, the amps ain't both the amps. Let me see. The kicker, did I have the kicker bolted down to the floor? Yeah, I had the kicker bolted down to the floor. And I took it back out. So I got to go back and fill all those holes. But everything is bolted to wood. I'm not drilling holes in no body work. No floors in the trunk, nothing. Everything is bolted down to wood. So if you can get MDF or plywood, the MDF is better. That way you can actually shape the MDF if you wanted to put an MDF on it. Because if you run that plywood through a router, it's just going to chew it to shreds, and you won't get be able to put a pattern on it or kind of, you know what I'm saying, give it a nice little round edges instead of just making it square. So MDF, if you can get you some MDF. And let's see. Everybody knows a good drill. Make sure you got your drill bits you need, hole saws for different sizes. I got a couple different size wires. Always plan before you start. Plan before you start. Because I learned that the hard way with my car when I first started the whole hydraulic thing. I just, hey, it's working. I want to get it. Let's get it going. And I just dove into it, and I didn't plan anything, and it ended up being costly. Ended up being a little costlier in the long run, but I got everything figured out, and it is what it is. So plan out before you start playing out. If you're gonna be playing with electrical in your car, like I said, get you a fuse box like this off of Amazon or eBay. But I think I got them off of eBay. And like I said, the one I use, it has a hot and a ground. So what I did in my car was I double fused. I tapped into my cigarette lighter when I ran this. I didn't run a wire all the way through from the battery through the firewall. I went in, pulled a cigarette lighter out. The cigarette lighter is already on the fuse box in the inside of the car. When I cut the wire, I added this to it. I put another fuse in between it before I put the cigarette lighter back on. So the cigarette lighter, the fuse box in the car, fuse, and it's never blown out. It's never blown out. So, like I said, everything is fused up. I got this protection. I'm not worried about nothing. If something was to touch, I'm not worried about my car burning down. None of that. Like I said, prepared. Another fuse box in your car. I got another fuse box for all my lighting. And if I put one in somebody else's car, if they're going to glow like me, you get one of these too. I'm not going to mess with nothing, but I won't tap into your cigarette lighter. I'll just ground it and then run your hot wire from your battery to this. And of course, it'll still have a fuse in between this even before it gets to this. So fuse box separately. And like I said, y'all seen the inside of my car glowing. Package tray, dashboard, center console, trunk, glowing. I have fuse boxes and fuses. And I ain't had no issue. I can go out there and turn that fucking thing on and let it run all night and won't nothing happen to it. Probably drain the battery, but I'm not going to catch on fire. Fuses. So That's it, y'all. Like I said, y'all have a good one, man. I'm finna go on out. I'm finna go back inside. It's cold out here today. I really wasn't doing nothing today. I had some few things to do, take care of with the trying to get my little 13 by 20s put up. So I'm doing some level work on that side of the shop, finding out where I got my pallet, my big heavy duty blue pallets laid out, seeing where the ground is uneven at, where I gotta fill it with rock before I get those all stretched out. Um, that's going on, but it's cold out here today, man. I mean, I got a heater in my shop, but I ain't said I got to work tomorrow, man. I'm just trying to kick back and chill before I start this again. But well, when I do come back and when we do start up again, we'll be doing the. I got to order the cup holders for the center console, but what we gonna really concentrate on is the getting the template made for the center console in the back, because what we're going to end up doing next year is building a whole new center console for the Buick. That center console, when I first built that center console in that car, was not a two-piece like it is. It was a one-piece. I had a 1990 something Chevy Dually. Okay, and one day I was just messing around, wanted to see if you seen the inside of it. The driver's seat and the passenger seat are low back bucket seats. Now, my Dually interior was blue. The interior and the Buick inside of the Buick is blue. So one day I was messing around, wanted to see if the bucket seats would fit. So, and oddly enough, for some reason, I'm like 5'9", 6 foot on a good day. Even on a good day, I'm 6 feet. For some reason, the factory interior, the factory seats in that Buick, when I first got the car, I sat way back in it and I was comfortable in it. But I don't know, maybe, like I said, maybe my height, but the factory seats wasn't working out for me, man. I was like, even with the seat all the way back, I was still up on the steering wheel. So I was like, I can't smash my ride like that. So one day I was just messing around. I pulled the driver's seat out of the Dually because it was a 60-40 seat. So I pulled the driver's seat out the Dually. It was a low back bucket seat. And I just pulled the driver's seat out of the Buick. I just set it in there. And I was like, okay, this could be doable. I'm going to let y'all put y'all up on game right now, whoever got Roadmasters, maybe the Cadillacs too. If you want to put them, you like, man, I want to change my front seats. I was lucky enough, and check it out. I flipped it over. I took all the electrical, the whole tray off the back of the factory Roadmaster front seat. I took all the electrical off of it. And then I matched it to the bottom of the seat I took out of my Dually. And wouldn't you know, all the holes lined up. No way. Bolted it all down, stuck it back in there. Perfect fit. So I went down to my local wrecking yard when I lived in Nevada. I went down to the big wrecking yard out there, like going towards Silver Springs, that one up on the hill. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. If y'all know, I went down and out there. Wouldn't you know it? Found 2 more 90s trucks. Same low back blue bucket seats. Pulled both of the driver's seats out. Both of them in on it. That's right. I got 2 driver seats in the Buick. 1 passenger, 1 front. You can't even tell unless you look at the back. The switch to let the seat forward is on the left side of the seat on the passenger side. Yeah, and both of them mounted right up to the hardware, mounted up, bolted right back to the floor, electrical work, everything. So for y'all who probably want to switch them seats up in them Roadmasters like I did for the front, and honestly right now, and it's comfortable too. And honestly right now, if that's what you want to do, man, that's a good fit right there. It's just if you can't find the color, I would still, if you in the wrecking yard and you see them low back bucket seats in them old 90s trucks, snatch them boys up out of there. Because right now I'm on a hunt for them out here in Eugene too, because they were a little, you know what I'm saying? So But that's what I did though. So yeah, I got 2 driver's seats in my Buick, and both of them low back bucket seats out of a '90s truck, out of a '90s Chevy truck. So just like my green one I just got, that year model of truck right there. Um, they got them low back bucket seats in them. If you can find them, pull them out because they'll fit. They'll probably fit the Cadillac too. Because honestly, the Roadmaster and the Cadillac is sister cars. Parts on them are interchangeable. And don't let nobody tell you different because they are. Oh, I'm looking for that. Get one off a Roadmaster. The Roadmaster come with LT1s too. Posi rear ends in them too. Just like the Cadillacs do, the Fleetwoods and the Bromes. They're sister cars. The rear wheel drive ones, yeah, they're sister cars. Both of them got LT1s in them, and some of them come with the 350s. The Roadmaster I got right now is a 350. Then the '96 I had was an LT1 car with a Posi rear end in it. And parts are interchangeable: uppers, lowers, rear ends. You could find some digital Roadmasters. I don't know if that part will work on the dashes on them because I know the dashes is different in them, but there is some Roadmaster out there, digital ones out there. They're really, 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 really hard to find. Just like the ones with the trunk latch, they're really, really, really hard to find. I was lucky to come across one, but I got rid of that one. But yeah. So just to put you up on a little game on that too, the 90 bucket seats out of those trucks, they also fit in those Roadmasters too, and maybe the Cadillacs too, because like I said, they are sister cars. So, but yeah, just you know what I'm saying, just a little something today, just a little parts thing today, you know what I'm saying. So if you're gonna do what I do, and we're gonna come back too, we're gonna get back on this too, man. Like I said, it's been a few things, you know what I'm saying. So I just want to give y'all a little post up video. Little parts video, show y'all what's cracking, but fuse box for sure. And this is what I use. Like I said, the other one, when we get ready to, I'm not gonna pull that center console out that car right now because, like I said, it's cold out here. And then sometimes when it starts raining, it rains, and we're not gonna bother that right now. I gotta get back. Christmas is coming. So I gotta get ready for that. So I won't be doing too much work. I'm gonna get the cup holders ordered for the center console. Let me get this put up real quick. I'll get the cup holders ordered for the center console. I gotta find out what color lights I got. But we're gonna get back on the center console for the wagon. I gotta do a test fit again. This side has what is that? I think it's the OBD2 port. I got to make sure this clears that. If not, I got to cut out for it. But we'll get back on that. I got plenty of upholstery. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 11 rows of upholstery, all pretty much different colors. But I haven't decided because I've been like, I'll upholster everything. What if I paint it? Do some Bondo work on it and paint that sucker. I got a lot of smoothing out to do though if I do that. So we'll see though. But like I said, I got this coming up. I got Christmas coming up. I got plans to go back to Nevada to see my grandmonsters, my pretty babies. But yeah, so that's what it is, man. Like I said, I'm just throwing a quick parts one out there real quick, man, for y'all real quick to show you what I use to put these wires in there. Just so you know, I'm not, I'm not just throwing lights at my car and hoping for the best. Like I said, I'm not really building to compete in those shows anyway. This is just something that I like to do and something I'm doing for my family and people that I know that passed away that meant a lot to me in my life. So this is what I'm building the car for. So we're going to get back on that. And then y'all holler, y'all be cool out there, man, and I holler. Done.